we are underway here on EA Sports. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season in Oklahoma.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And they get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. Fights through and now a crease. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. On second and a yard. Hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Throwing is Hurts. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive. And they're in cross territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them. And now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance game.
Second and 2. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. On third down, it's Horton. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with fourth down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Hurts. Let's go. Now, loose football. The ball comes out. It's going the other way. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. First carry now for Joshua Kelly, the former Bruin. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Clifton. Williams brings it in. Touchdown! A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Explorers on just 2 plays have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Smith to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
That was one heck of a catch right there. Got his eye on it the whole way. And able to make the grab one-handed. Very nicely done. And for a nice chunk of yardage, too.
But first down, Hurts. Well, that's complete TTN out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Horton, and he'll bring this one inside the 35. Hurts sets up to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, Horton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league. Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Hurts. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. He'll try to run this one in. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He'll try again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
To try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. So they'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. Operating from the gun, Clifton. It's complete to Williams. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw. Clifton. Flush to his right. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On first down, Clifton. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw. Clifton. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Explorers have taken the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The extra point forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So the drive there took 6 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete to Lacy. Well, he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll set up to throw. He's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Forced out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we've reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, and it's the Broncos who have the lead in the second quarter. The Broncos trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we move to H-Town to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Los Diablos trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes on what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, Clifton. Throw left side complete. That's Haynes. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
They'll run on first down. Callum. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the carry is Kelly. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Clifton. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Again, it's Kelly. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Kelly. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, he's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. This is Kelly, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Explorers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Smith to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, here's Hurts. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
People say, what's the toughest route to defend? I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Room to run past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Horton. And he'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. 6 yards left on 2nd down. The
back to throw. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. Looking to throw.
He'll find ETN out of the backfield.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll give it 4 as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Second down and goal. Hurts. They still can't get it. And a good shuffle pass here is complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Of business to take care of, the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. It was capped off by an Eagles touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Complete to Kelly. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Clifton. He finds his man. Complete. That's Kelly. Past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Throwing on first down. Clifton. He finds his man. Complete. That's Kelly. Fighting through. He's got space. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed You know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal. Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for our visitors, they pick up win number 7 on the year. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
just one. And Will got lucky, so I got Onyx.
Oh, I said go get bed, and I said, oh, you gotta come back this way.
Yeah.
I'll walk out once you get back.
Okay. Did you say earlier that Ray said he was staying home?
Yes, we play a game together. But I said I was joking. Did you not hear a joking part where we said, nobody against you. Sometimes what you don't enjoy.
Crystals.
Nothing personal. Did you hear what I said?
You gonna spend time with me? Don't I worry?
Yeah. Did you hear the aggression I had?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get that bag off the top, back of my neck, make my neck itchy.
Okay, well, I just had to.
Did you see my box of love notes in the back seat?
Oh, wait, in your. Not love notes, it's a mask.
Yeah.
I looked.
They said I asked for some because they ran out again, and I was like, this guy, the black guy that had this fly down, he was on the phone with my mom. He didn't have my mom's name as baby or anything. He had this Jacqueline Baldwin, out of respect. And then I said, hello. And she said, I don't know who that is. And I said, hey, Mama. She said, oh, hey, son. I said, go on a break. She said, I love you. I said, I love you too.
You see my meal?
Oh, yeah, you do have no meal. I replaced the tall meal you lost. You don't even use USB vote. Oh, wait, why am I doing this? I should be dinner with my girlfriend. Right? I feel good. I like things.
I could be here all day.
Huh?
I could be here all day.
Oh no, the Broncos made it to the playoffs.
I've been making funny faces.
What? Okay, but for a second, for a second, she's right here. Yeah.
So don't hurt your little leg?
And the bottom part is reading, but the bottom part doesn't take it, I'll put it right there. Okay, trying to get 15 to face my team.
It is hot, Granny.
But every night.
I like my chair, my rolly chair.
74 here.
Oh, turn the air on.
There are vents out there.
I'm gonna go with the crystals real quick.
Go look. What, in the external cabinet? You ain't giving none away? Baby.
YBN want a thing up.
I gave her a crystal.
Yeah, there's cat poop. I was like, what?
Cat food. My granny got cat food from one of the places that donates stuff. My mom got it actually, but my mom gave it to my granny. And when she gave it to my granny said, we don't have a cat, why would we get this? And she said, does we know anyone that has a cat? And Will said, my Aunt Robin has cats. And she said, give them to your Aunt Robin. I'm sorry, here. Will just said it on the phone.
Sorry, it's your fish tank. Right here. If it was this corner, who knows? But here you go.
You haven't even gotten a chance to smell the stuff I got from Orta.
Oh god, I got some more booty products.
It's booty products, actually.
I just said booty products.
I just said beauty.
No, you heard what you wanted to hear correctly the first time. Okay, boy. Oh, my dookie. No, I'm joking. Let's see. I'm gonna go with stuff from.
This one's body wash. It came in a little set. Look, I'll show you.
Making me smell body wash? Ew.
I know it.
They're gonna make you freeze to death. Never mind.
It's a little set. I really like this.
Where'd you get this from?
Ulta.
Oh.
It's $30-something. 32, I think. For all 3 of these.
Which one did you spend? One. Then you told me the other day. I thought you were gonna be like, which one did you spend? That's a good thing.
Today, from Columbus, Ohio, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports.
I come with perfume, body wash, lotion. I want to get all of them. So I got the body wash in here. And then this is the perfume. I use it today. These all the same. They're all natural. That's my name. Soul Danger.
It's the Columbus Explorers taking on the Denver Broncos.
It's the National Football League.
Monica, honey.
Yeah, that's something.
And this is the best part.
Damn, moisturizer?
Yeah, I mean, it's for your hands and your body.
You know what to do to keep your hands from drying up?
Yeah, it's...
I definitely need some. I don't wear gloves and I be touching powders. Also, that's powder. You wanna know why there's so much?
Yeah, and why is it only on your pee-pee?
Trey made me laugh so fucking hard at a joke that I couldn't contain. I was like, can I go to the bathroom? And by the time I was at the walk, I was like, don't wear black pants. So if anything happened, it won't be that bad. And I looked down, and this whole final area was like the darkest shade of black. The biggest piss, like the smallest big piss stain ever. So I just said, fuck it, do a loop, go back to the line. I was like, fuck. I got a whole hour till break. It's 12:30. If I could just sit on the line and not go barefoot, I could probably disguise it as nothing. But then I went to go dump the bin because I was like, fuck, when I gotta go dump the bin, Dion's gonna look up here and be like, oh, what the fuck is that? I'm like,
Yeah?
are you trying to do it to me?
Yeah, you said you needed some. Can you use powder on
I
it?
meant like whenever I go, or
You just rub your hands together.
the heck is raining, she needs you. So just that's the lady. My headset just on right here? What the?
For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw on second down, Clifton. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Tucker. On first down, it's Kelly. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Back to throw. Clifton. Finds a seam inside the 4. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. They'll run with Kelly. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And a nice pickup there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Hands it off out again. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Explorers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Point after here coming up. These may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
That is going to lose yards. They take it down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Pearson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. And go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for another play coming up on 3rd. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dive. Back to throw. Pearson. And he is going to go down. They sack him. The final play of the first quarter. After 1-7-0 on EA Sports. The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Ward to return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now. And that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
First and goal, Kelly. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Explorers are able to extend their lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Try here for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. This will go for 5 up to the 33. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give right side. Watkins. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Looking to throw. Pearson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense offense as they take over. And look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Clifton. Throw right side, complete to Williams. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's all about tight curl, tight shuffle run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Clifton. That's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Explorers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this 1st half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's another point. Even when people...
Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play. All reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Right after, no giving in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So the Broncos coming out now. Well, the 1st half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
On 1st and 10, Pearson. He finds his man, complete. That's Hammond. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. On 1st down, Pearson looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches. Looking to throw. Pearson. Going for it all. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Broncos are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Now for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down. Clifton. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. And he'll go down at the 28. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw on second down. Clifton. He finds his man complete. It's Tucker. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out and he ended up with an interception in that game at Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. This fourth and final matchup on this divisional round weekend. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And you can see the result there. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
And they'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Hammond. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That's a nice play there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This throw caught, right around the 6. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. They will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
After, right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Clifton. Over the middle, it's complete. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 97 yards rushing for him now in the ballgame as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. They'll go again with Kelly. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
And you're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Off play action. Clifton. This is caught. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Explorers are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And Denver getting set to take the field. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Throwing to start the drive. Pearson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 37. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. On 1st and 10, Clifton. He finds his man, complete. That's Kelly. And they'll get this down to the 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 138 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kelly, and he will take this one in for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Explorers take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Apparently we thought that the numbers one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the weekend energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, so I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cow.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Pearson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet. Not
a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Sean McVay unhappy on the sidelines visibly. He's made the decision to reach for the red flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Pearson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. But here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages. But not in this case. They understood the situation and played it with the proper aggression.
On 1st down, Clifton. his man, complete. It's Kellen. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Kellen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing on first down. Clifton. He finds his man, complete. It's Kellen. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Looking to throw on second down. Clifton. He finds his man, complete. It's Kellen. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his man, complete. That's Kellen. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
today, from Columbus, Ohio,
the winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. Taking it about the 1. Oh, good-looking return set up here. Running room at the 50. Look out. The 20. He will score. Touchdown. So a very good start, but don't go get those Super Bowl T-shirts left. Still the early going here.
I wonder if they're even printing them at this stage of the game, right? Do you wait a little longer before you say which one you're going to do? Good advice, Brandon. Make sure you know there's a lot of game left, but a good start.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and good, and it'll give his guys a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Taken at the goal line. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Notre Dame. At quarterback, it's Ian Book.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
And to give this time to the tailback. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Big article in the paper this morning talking about how they wanted to get chunk plays in the run game. Well, early on, there's a good one.
There is, and for guys on defense, they've got to remember the old adage. You've got to meet force with force, and if you don't, you get run over, as they did on that last play.
Book now to throw on first down. Open left side, it's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Book. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And now here's a carry heading left. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
To throw on second down, Clifton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Clifton. And this is caught by Williams. And he's going to be out around the 45-yard line. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out and looking for the challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll run on first down. Callan, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Looking to throw on second down. Clifton. And he slings one that's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Clifton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be pulled in one-handed. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Pretty good play by both the thrower and the catcher there, Charles. 3rd down, showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And what I liked about the play was his receivers understanding that everything wasn't on time back in the pocket. Rhythm was off a little bit. He adjusted as well and gave them a chance to complete that play.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Joshua Kelly taking it in from a yard out, and the Explorers are able to add on to that lead. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4-5 between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he had to be pleased at the start of the last drive. The offense was moving, but certainly not pleased at the end result, an interception.
And every team we ever talk to, at some point in the conversation, the coach, player, someone talks about, we've got to finish. We've got to finish off drives, finish off the game. There's an example there of not finishing, doing everything right, but not getting the result that you need.
They run a draw here on second down. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Brook from the gun on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Book. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, good. Oh, caught out. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits. Not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at their 39-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got this down to the 35.
It's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st down, it's Kelly. And a solid run down inside the 30. 2nd down at 4.
A 6-yard carry brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Clifton. He finds his man complete. It's Tucker. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield. Everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back sifting out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
On 1st and 10, Clifton. Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown. And the Explorers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now, excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
Kick the point after. And it is now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. To throw again on 2nd down. Book. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. To throw is Book. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up around the 41. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. And he fires one incomplete.
That open man that time, we ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He finds his man complete. It's Tucker. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st down, Clifton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. They'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And the route is on. It's 24-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, 1 half remains in the battle to see who will take home that Lamar Hunt trophy and represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the NFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it's going to be one heck of a battle, that's for sure. So with that, let's get you right back out for the second half and the right to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl, as I'm privileged to hand things back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. And they have work to do in the second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff out of the gun. They juked him. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A beautiful fake. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he gets it down to the 32.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
wins on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Working out of the gun. Here's Book. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Book now. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Blues are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser-focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
They have been dominant in this one. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Clifton. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Clifton. On the left side, it's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll run on 1st down. Kelly. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Kelly, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Clifton. He finds his man, complete. It's Tucker. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Clifton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Tucker. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong. I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Clifton. Dancing to his... And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Explorers are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. I heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just ready to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And a look now at the defense as they head back out there on the field. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
A 1st down throw for Book. Throwing low, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Listen, the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finds a seam inside the 40 and finally brought down at the 31-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll drop to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will be brought down with a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Touchdown! That's caught from 3 yards out, and the Blues get a bit closer.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hamstring. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing on 1st down. Clifton setting up the screen to Kelly. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on 1st down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back, but boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 2nd down. Clifton. That's caught by Kelly. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 8.
Looking to throw. Clifton. Williams brings it in. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
tonight on EA Sports.
Talk, all the hype, but the Pastors prologue as this Super Bowl is underway. Williams now on the return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They'll They'll run on first down. Keller, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. 8 yards to go on second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Back to throw. Minor. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Kelly. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down now, it's Keller. And this carry now is productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to small up the ball carrier.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Off play action. Minor. And he's caught. It's Williams. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Big completion there on 3rd and short. Keeps the opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
Operating from the gun. Minor. And it's caught. Touchdown. With a first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Explorers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home, should steamroll it. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. Out on the field, and they will send this one away. Caldwell to return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
And he powers his way on past the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace and change direction, that's often the end result.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. For right side here, complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Wilson with a first down carry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
2nd down, this is Wilson. Finding room to the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. 50 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powering them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run on first down. It's Wilson. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. A give. This is Wilson. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. That's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab. And the Celtic Tigers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. And man, Charles, talking about singing something in there on those gloves. Those healthy one-handed catches the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
A little stinger, little touchdown. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time. Team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover. Because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice game.
It's Kelly. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Minor. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's counted. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Well, the drive starts with a completion, left side. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd and 1. And he's got the hook up to Rhodes. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. One up with it, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Celtic Tigers have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, Williams. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. one more go for this offense in the first half. And with 25 seconds to go, we'll see how they want to play this. And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Minor in trouble, and he's taken down. Well, a loss of 5 there as his safety blitz winds up paying off.
How about that one? The so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So we've come upon as our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Beginning to end. And now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises. And in Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30. Staff, all things considered, had to be pleased with their performance in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Definitely pleased, doing their best not to show it to their team, of course, because as you and I both know, their mantra all season long has been finish. Get the job done. They know how close they are to lifting that trophy. One more solid half of football, and they can do exactly that.
2nd and 4. Able to find his man, John Phillips. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll try and pick it up on the ground with Wilson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 60 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Because that's what you want in short yardage situations. And we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw. That's into the hands of his running back, McFarland. He's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's dropped underneath for Wilson. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's taken down inside the 30.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
Back to throw again. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's a 2nd down. On the ground, it's Wilson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Another carry for Wilson. And he's able to pick up the 10.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. that was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try and run with Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Celtic Tigers will extend their 3rd quarter lead here in the Super Bowl. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Williams to return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On 1st down, Keller will be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Minor. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Minor. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He finds Pilo out of the backfield. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Dublin's offense now set to take over. And they have been the better of the two sides to this point with a 2-score lead, 4th quarter of this Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy within reach as they start this drive 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Wilson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. They'll run again with Wilson. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 97 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Marvin, the #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get more?